It's just one of those endearing songs that kind of lives on. It's a celebration of hanging in there against the odds, and then people just feel that, you know, solid. You're solid as a rock.
And now it's solid. Solid as a rock. That's what this love is.
It's one of the fastest songs Nick Ashford and I ever wrote together, because he came in off the street. He had been hanging out kind of incognito, and somebody recognized him and said, "Oh, yo, man, solid," you know? And so when he came back to the house, he said, "You know, that phrase, solid, you know, solid as a rock, you know, I was thinking that, you know, and not only is it a greeting, but it kind of speaks to our relationship." So we wrote it from that perspective. And for love's sake, each mistake, all you forget. I remember we got Francois K to mix it, and it was his idea to put the "and for love's sake" in the very beginning and start it a cappella. It really, really worked. So now in performance, all I have to do is remember to stay in pitch.
Not run away.
It was no time to play.
We build it up,
Build it up.
build it up, and now it's solid.
That's the good part about having a writing partner that you are in sync with. You just flow. I can almost tell what was coming out of his mouth in the chords, you know, and then I'd sing a little bit and then he'd jump in. So when you're on that wave of consciousness, you know, it just flows. It's great. I think the thought is to make it interesting. You want it to be a sing-along, but you don't want to sound like another song. So that was my goal, to try to, you know, to make the chorus pop. So it almost comes alive in another kind of way.
Solid as a rock.
You know, the ha, 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 that was like a little commercial twist on it.
The thrill is still
It just said the thrill is still hot, but it kind of fell flat on just one hot. So the ha, 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 you know, just felt right, felt like the right touch.
She didn't turn away.
As a couple, that was our goal, to stay solid as a rock. But the song was just written from the point of view of just life experience. And for love's sake, each mistake you forgave. Soon both of us learned to trust, not walk away. There was no time to play. We built it up. Now we're solid.
Now it's solid. Solid as a rock.
There were tonnage of folks who would like to get in between, but we wouldn't let them get that close.
Love was so new. We did what we had to.
My motto has always been like, you don't want one young lady coming by, you want 20 or 30. That way I know he can't handle that many. Bring on all the girls at once. When Nick Ashford first came to New York, he was homeless, and he used to sleep on a bench in Bryant Park. And there's an inscription that says, "Nick Ashford slept here." So people are inspired by that. They go and sit on the bench for inspiration. He did come to New York to make it as a dancer, and his funds ran out, and he ended up in White Rock Baptist Church, where someone told him he could have a free meal because he was hungry. And I was singing with two other girls, and we met after church, and then I found out that he wrote gospel songs. And I played the piano, and we just started, you know, writing these gospel songs. And that's how we started. I thought he was very mysterious and handsome. I didn't know the backstory.
And when started that love?
Maybe 9 years later. We worked together all that time, and then finally, I was there all the time. This is totally his baby. His bar, his creation. I did not see it until it was finished. So he created the sugar bar, you know, and he got totally into it, you know, the paint chips, you know, the African artifacts, everything about this place. He took to heart and created what his vision was.
Gentlemen, give a round of applause to the lady of the house, Miss Valerie Simpson.
Big and small, you know, we have big stars that come. People have gone from this little stage to the Broadway stage.
Can you turn the sugar bar on?
And how do you feel now? Because he passed away, and,
Yes.
and it's 3 years ago already.
You know, it's interesting. Nick was a very much a completed person. It tells me that perhaps there's still something that I'm supposed to do. I'm doing more shows on my own, and it's like a whole new experience because I've always shared the stage with somebody. So now I have to cover the whole stage, and I have to see what the whole Valerie Simpson really has to say.
And is he still helping you?
Oh, yeah, I get feedback, you know. Yeah, I get messages. It's good.
Solid.